Hey there guys, we just got so much information about Season of Opulence because it was just revealed today, and we got a lot to go over. The new 6-player matchmade activity called the Menagerie, the Pinnacle Weapons, new gear, new loot, new upgrade stuff, so let's get into everything we know about Season of Opulence. First, I'm going to let the trailer play, and then we'll break down what we know and go over all the juicy details revealed about Season 7.
A new mystery awaits you, Guardian. Welcome to the Season of Opulence. What will you find in the Emperor's lost vaults? Treasure hunts will lead you to powerful weapons and armor. These will quickly boost your power level and prepare you for the Menagerie. This season's all-new 6-player match-made activity. Grow strong, Guardian. Prove your worth.
Was that not crazy or what? Okay, there's a lot to take in and a lot of things going on, but let's start simple. Let's start with day 1, what you'll be doing on the first day of launch, and then go from there. Benedict 44 will be the go-to vendor for the new season. Through him, you'll be able to access Imperial Summons, which I imagine is the very first introductory quest, through which you'll be introduced to treasure hunts, the Menagerie, and more. Even if you don't own the annual pass, you'll be able to play the new 6-player mode once, as well as access the Imperial Summons quest, and through this you'll be granted Power Surge gear at 690, allowing you to catch up to speed and begin the DLC. You will also need to finish this quest to access the Crown of Sorrows raid, which launches 6 hours later. So let's take a look at the new roadmap and lay out exactly how the new season is going to unfold. First up is the Menagerie and the Crown of Sorrow raid. Both are releasing on day 1 of the season, June 4th. The Menagerie is the new 6-player matchmade activity where you'll be facing different bosses alongside a maze of challenges in Calus's Lost Vaults. After completing the Menagerie once, you'll be rewarded with the Chalice of Opulence. This chalice can be upgraded in order to create things called runes, in exchange for specific weapons and armor that you want. This to me definitely sounds like Bungie has been seeing the feedback that players want to be able to grind for exactly what they want instead of just left up to RNG, and this seems to be their answer to that. Through upgrading the chalice, you'll be able to earn more powerful rewards. So you play the new mode, you get the pursuit item probably similar to the Reckoning synthesizer, and then you'll be able to upgrade it the more you play. As you upgrade it, you'll be able to create runes for more powerful loot, and that sounds good to me. From June 4th through the 25th, 3 new Menagerie bosses will be introduced to the mode, and after all of the bosses have been revealed, a heroic version of the activity will become available on the 25th. The normal mode will still have matchmaking permanently, but the heroic will require pre-made fire teams, which to me sounds like it's going to be pretty challenging. On launch day, Crown of Sorrow is going to go live 6 hours after reset at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and while we don't know much about it, it certainly looks to be Hive themed. In this photo specifically, you can kind of see what looks like the same green flowing poison that covered the Court of Oryx in Destiny 1 after you defeated a boss. No doubt Calus has something hiding deep in the underbelly of the Leviathan, and it's probably Hive related. On June 11th, players get access to the second Menagerie boss, as well as a quest for the exotic rocket launcher, Truth, from Destiny 1. I'm actually pretty surprised to see this one, but I'm still very, very hyped, just to say the least. On the 18th of June, the third Menagerie boss is introduced, and Iron Banner arrives with an all-new quest. So Iron Banner is changing a bit in Season 7. Lord Saladin is going to offer a new seasonal quest to unlock armor. This to me definitely sounds like a pathway to acquiring loot without having to go through horrible RNG, so once again, this sounds like a really, really big step in the right direction. On the 25th of June, the Menagerie's heroic mode goes live, and a week later we get access to the Lumina quest. Looks like an exotic hand cannon, and honestly, I'm pretty happy it's something brand new. I mean, come on, tell me that doesn't look sexy. That hand cannon is just freaking gorgeous. On July 9th, the Tribute Hall and Moments of Triumph are revealed. Those of you Destiny 1 vets will know all about Moments of Triumph, and the Tribute Hall sounds pretty interesting actually. It could be a social space type area on the Leviathan where Callus has set up trophies for us to show off all of our achievements, and where you can see what you're missing and maybe unlock them for a cool reward. That'd be sick. But other than that, we don't have too much info on the triumphs. Solstice of Heroes is also returning at the very end of July, and Gambit is also being made free for all players. Not sure if this is permanent or a limited time thing during Solstice of Heroes, but that's still really cool nonetheless. Elemental Orbs and the Empowerment buff are returning, and I imagine we'll get to see some brand new Forsaken Redux missions, which would be pretty cool. The quest this time will be started at Eva Levante on the 30th of July, and the event is free to all players. Hopefully there's some more awesome loot to chase for that event because I quite enjoyed the first Solstice of Heroes. Now on to the new 3 Pinnacle Weapons. First up, we've got a Crucible Sniper called the Revoker, and its special perk says that missed shots are returned to the magazine after a short duration. Not a chance to return shots, but missed shots are returned. Right away, this may not sound like an overpowered perk, but remember how people didn't think Recluse was going to be all that great? Well, this could certainly be another Recluse situation. Having every missed shot returned to the mag could end up being amazing for both PvP and PvE. And as long as this thing comes with at least a short zoom scope, I can say I'm definitely getting this one. Wendigo GL3 is the Vanguard Pinnacle Weapon, a grenade launcher where orbs of light increase blast radius and damage. That's a pretty interesting perk. My first thought is going to be players coming up with a new strategy to make a ton of orbs, and then use those orbs to get extra damage on a boss, which could be ridiculous, but we'll see how that one turns out in a week. Hush is the Gambit Pinnacle Weapon. No, not the YouTuber. I mean, this is actually called Hush. This time, it's a bow where hip-fired precision shots give a massive draw speed bonus. I was kind of hoping to see maybe a damage buff on top of that, so I'm not quite sure this will be a fan favorite, but I'll happily be proven wrong. All of the new loot teas for Season 7 looks so good. I love the gold and purple theme of the Leviathan. It's gotta be one of my favorite themes in all of Destiny. From some of these images, we can see the Mida mini tool at the top left. It looks like Khepri's Sting is there coming back in the middle left. The original Titan exclusive D2 sword, Crown Splitter there at the bottom. The Warlock exclusive sword at the top. Looks like Drang in the bottom there. We got Truth. And what looks like the Hawk Moon and Ias Luna model in the bottom left. Does that mean it's coming back? Probably not. It's probably just the same model used for a new Season 7 weapon, which sounds awesome to me, but we'll have to wait and see. Love the aesthetic of this season. Count me in for all the new loot and ornaments. Along with that new loot, we can expect a load of new lore books, triumphs, new seasonal items, and of course new cosmetics and a power increase of up to 750. Now that you're all caught up on the revealed info, let's take a dive deeper into the trailer itself. First thing we see here looks like the entrance to the Menagerie and a complete new area of the Leviathan, which really excites me. The second shot though really interests me. It has that ascendant plane look to it, but it's still clearly on the Leviathan because we can see the Callus statues. So does Callus have a portal to the Ascendant Realm? Or maybe this is a raid encounter area? It would certainly seem like it's all Hive and Taken related though, right? Which makes me even more curious as to who we'll be facing. I love the look of the Hydra here. The purple glow and the tentacles look so cool. The next scene to me looks like it's kind of in the tribute hall because the same statue was used in the roadmap picture. Maybe this will be the place where we can explore all of our past achievements. I love the armor, by the way, and the weapons look fantastic here. And that helmet actually looks like the Astrocyte verse from Destiny 1. This exotic was introduced in the Taken King DLC, and its original perk was a temporary increase to recovery on Blink. So I'm very curious to see what they'll do with this exotic and if they change it up at all, or if it really is Astrocyte verse. Next, we get a shot of a Titan facing down the Hydra, and we can see those little Vex Seekers from the Eater of Worlds raid. Man, I hate those things. Now, this area to me looks like the first encounter to the raid, because way in the back you can see the giant doorway that looks exactly like the area shown in the raid photo. It even has that giant chasm you have to go across. So I'm willing to bet this Hydra boss will be the first encounter in Crown of Sorrow, sort of like the Vault of Glass had the plates to actually get through the door. And the next shot is of another Vex boss. This could possibly be the guy that spawns in after we kill the Hydra. Maybe he's guarding the door as sort of like a last stand kind of thing. Or maybe it's a completely different area of the Leviathan. It's just kind of hard to tell how this place is laid out from the trailer. Then we flash to an area that looks like it's on the EDZ, and there's a bunch of floating rocks, and you can use your Sparrow in the trailer. Maybe this is somewhere near the Dark Forest, but the narrator is talking about treasure hunts in the trailer, so maybe this is a new section of the EDZ that opens up once we get access to those treasure hunts. I kind of like the sound of that. Reminds me of the House of Wolves DLC when the Queen's Emissary would visit the tower, and you'd have to go on hunts around the system for fallen enemies. I always thought that was a pretty cool event. Next up is the Menagerie. It's an arena type room with probably some light mechanics. I can see the orb there. And it seems like it can rotate enemy types because the first scene is with Vex, and then we get access to a hive room, so it's like all the races are getting in on the action here. Then there's that sweet Ias Luna model. Love the look of that thing, and the Hunter mask is also really awesome. And then as the narrator talks about the entrance to Crown of Sorrow, we get this shot, the entrance to the raid, which will probably be, the big doorway that opens up into some hive underbelly or something. It's clearly scattered with hive stuff all around here, so whatever's lurking inside is probably not going to be happy to see us. The music in this trailer, especially the end, is phenomenal, by the way. So that's the whole trailer and everything we know so far about Season of Opulence. I am so excited for this season, guys, and even more so for the announcements that will happen after Season 7, since now that Bungie is in control of the Destiny series, I think we're all eager to see where they take it. That's everything we know about Destiny 2's new Season of Opulence. Let me know what you guys are most excited for, and thank you very much for watching.